Let me tell you something, man. Um, this game is whatever, right? Like, but we can't have the idiot coach. It's like a couple of reasons, right? Um, this is why I don't like making trades. When you make trades on this team, that means motherfuckers got to learn the offense. You know what I'm saying? They have to learn how things go. You know how long it takes certain guys to learn and pick up the nuances of the offense. We run a timing thing. I don't like bringing in guys mid-season for a reason. At least give them a training camp. At least give them a training camp. I don't like that. But that's one thing. That's one thing. Now here's the other thing. How the fuck does Steph Curry come out with at minute 7 and then come back with 38 minutes? You tell me that. How the fuck does he come out at minute 7 and then come back with 38 minutes left to close? Steph does not close quarters. Do you understand what I'm saying? The man does not close quarters. He does not close quarters. What's the point of having him out there if he doesn't close quarters? You tell me. What's the point of it? What's the point of Steph being out there if he's not closing quarters? I would love to know what's the point of him being out there if he's not closing quarters. What's the point of it? He's not closing quarters. Why is he out? Just don't play him then. If you're going to sit here and just manage and rest and do this and do that, bro, like these teams are better, right? So why are you playing them like they're the 15 Warriors? Why are you managing the minutes like that? Matter of fact, you know the wild part about it? I think Steph played like 31 or 32 minutes that year. He's trying to play him less minutes than them. So, what is the point of diminishing returns? He- Last season, it was Draymond Green. This season, it's some of the most gross mismanagement of coaching that I've ever seen in my life. What is the point of doing this? We're in a close game. They're playing their asses off, right? And then you're just going to go out there, and then all of a sudden, here comes a three-guard lineup now. You know what I'm saying? There's no drive. Like, I just watched Cleveland just drive and kick us to death over help. Do you know why? Because, yeah, them guards can't guard. So why have them out? So then you see that we're losing the lead, right? Just call a fucking timeout. Why not do that?
Steve Kerr.
I retweeted somebody's tweet earlier, right? What's homie's name? What's going on, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
I mean, isn't this kind of appropriate though? They end off on the entire year of 2024 as a mid-ass team, as a 500 team. Is I'm That's so appropriate for this team, man.
Listen, Rose, I watched us. I'm gonna bring up that Spurs game again, and I'm gonna bring up that Brooklyn game again. Do you know why I'm bringing up those two games? Because it's emblematic of the shit that he's been doing all year long. Rose, I am so tired of the experimenting. Why do we have to experiment so much? It's gross. It's nasty. Why do we keep on doing that? It's nasty and it's gross. Why do we keep on doing that?
You're missing one critical point there, though. He's experimenting, trying to find a magic silver bullet solution, but there is none. That's the funny part. So essentially, you're experimenting for absolutely no reason because there is no solution to what you're experimenting on. The whole point of experimenting is to find solutions, but there is no solutions. So what
He
was
hasn't
exactly the
found a
fucking point?
solution in two
No, no,
years.
no. So if something is working, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this isn't just this season, but I've watched him do this for years, and I mean years. And what used to happen is that we would win, and we would just win anyway because we were just so much better than everyone else, right? And then a couple of things I watched him do this season, and I became very afraid because don't think I don't understand like where we are talent wise and the guys that we have and all of that. I completely get where we are, right? And and one night we were playing Brooklyn and I watched us just do complete nonsense versus against Brooklyn, right? And I saw what he was doing because I've just been watching this team long enough to know how he operates. And I just watched him literally just throw the game away, one, and two, at the end of the game, I watched the reporters ask him, like, so, and he's like, well, yeah, well, not going to burn stuff out. And I watched it last season. We were playing against Minnesota, and he sat Steph for 9 straight minutes. And that game in Minnesota, I lost my shit. I came in here and I was on fucking 10 because I'm like, bro, what are you doing here? We're trying to get into the playoffs or nah, right? And then he went up there with a very stubborn speech, and he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna burn Steph out. He's given too much to the franchise and all of this stuff." And then I'm like, "Burn him out? What?" So you think by playing him 29 minutes that you are saving him? 28 minutes, you're saving him. And the punch in the mouth is that he played 29 minutes tonight. Well, shit, if we're getting blown out, why not just play him the 25 minutes? Like, so what's this magic 29?
You
But
know
you
what
know the
the
what?
you're missing the actual punch in the mouth is actually he's still playing 29 minutes because like he's fighting this fucking knee tendonitis shit. So what is he? You're saying he's saving him from
Bro,
blah 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 blah. What is he
hear me
saving
out.
him from? He's playing injured right now
Have you ever
for
had
like
any
a month
type of
and a half.
tendonitis before? Have you had any type of tendonitis before? Like, I've had tendonitis in my wrist for years. Do you know why I keep on having it? Because I cannot not go lift. You know what I'm saying? I get itchy when I don't lift. So what you have to do is that you have to strengthen, ice. But ultimately you just have to rest, right? So it's one of these things where like you just gotta rest. So guess what? What they should have done is that if we were gonna lose these games anyway, just rest them. Rest them for a week. Rest them for 2 weeks. Rest them for 3 weeks. Because you know what? It didn't make a fuck of a difference anyway. Because what he just, bro, like, I understand it. We got blasted and I'm in the third quarter, whatever, right? But what he just did in that second quarter was gross. It was absolutely gross. And then on top of it, nobody on the team can make a layup tonight. Broke down the defense, nobody can make a layup. They were playing volleyball at the rim. Absolute volleyball at the rim. But it's cool. Who cares, right? Like nobody cares. We were in a groove at first, and then what started to happen? Experimenting, man. This man experimented us right into a 500 record. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Lovely.
What a way to wrap up
I
2024.
really, really appreciate that, Steve. You're a fucking dumbass. what you just did. It was fucking gross. You're a jackass. And you deserve to be fired. You are the worst white man since Christopher fucking Columbus. You're worse than him.
Facts.
He is such a fucking dick, bro. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Like he is so horrible.
This man.
Bro, he thinks he's so smart, like you're galaxy brain in this shit. And I literally watched what you did, bro. I literally watched what you. I know you, and I know what you just did. This shit's just gross, man. Absolutely gross. You cannot trust this dude, bro. Like he cannot be trusted. I would rather have Darvin Ham in here. I swear to God, I would rather have Darvin in here because if 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 Darvin was doing half of this shit, you know what would actually happen? Because Steve, nobody says shit. You know what I'm saying? But when Darvin was doing the stupid shit that he was doing last season, you know what was happening? Everybody and their mama was calling him out. He Nobody was protecting him.
He was getting death threats on the TL, man. I
Oh
saw
my
that.
God. This is what we're doing? This is really what we're doing now? This is what we're doing with Steve? All right, man. Y'all got it, man.
The game. The game was 29-30. We're leading by 1 point. This man took out Steph, Draymond, and Kuminga at the 7 minute mark. And man, the Cavs went on a 16-8 run with 38 seconds left. That's when Steve Kerr decided to put Steph Curry and Draymond Green back in the game with 38 seconds left. And now the score went from 30 to 29 in the 7 minute mark to 45-38 with 38 seconds left. With Buddy Hield, Dennis Schroeder, and Lindy Waters to lead your offense. Why? What type of coach is this? Why are you putting Buddy Hield and Dennis Schroeder at the same time? They're not shooting well. Choose one. Why are you putting two people that can't shoot? I mean, maybe they're going to a slump or whatever, but they're not making shots. Why are you putting them at the same time?
But let
And
me
now
tell you something.
There was a moment in time in that second quarter where
we
I
only
swear
scored
to God,
8 points.
When
yo,
that
I
man
swear to
told
God,
me, right? So you remember what he said about Lindy Waters, right? To start the season. That man said that Lindy Waters is good. I swear he's good. I swear he's good. I swear he's good. And I was like, "Oh, we're going to do this shit again, huh?" This man said, "I swear I'll start him. I swear I'll start him," right? Next thing you know, and okay, there is a way that this team has constructed lineups, right? You have versatile guy, you have two, three versatile guys, right? So the Andre types, the Andre Draymond types, the Sean types, and then you would have like a center like Bogut, Ezeli, whoever, right? And then you would have a scorer, a shooter, right? A scorer shooter type of guy. And those guys would kind of play off of each other, right? That was the idea with Kyle, right? So just think of it like a 3-to-2 ratio, 2-to-3 ratio of 3-to-2 ratio, 2-to-3 ratio of those type of guys, right? So those guys would just complement each other in Steve's system, right? So in 2022, we had those combinations, right? We had those complement of players: Jordan, Clay, Steph, Draymond, Otto, you know, Looney, like, and those types of guys would just complement each other. When we started the season, we had those similar combinations. We had Kyle, Buddy, this guy, that guy, right? And you had those similar combinations. And it just worked. I'm not saying that those guys are even anywhere near those guys, but that's kind of how they do it, just to kind of play off of each other, right? When In the way how Steve wants to play basketball, right? Um, and he said that we have a lot of guys, they're really talented, blah, 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 blah. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, he's going to try this shit again and think it's going to work. Remember last season, he literally tried the same shit. And this season, he came back and he doubled down. Okay? He was just playing people just so they could get on the court, not because they were proper combinations, right? In basketball, you've never seen like a 12, 13 man lineup work, right? And he was just doing it just to play people. They got some wins out of it, and it emboldened him even more. Okay, so then he thought that, you know what, it's going to be really cute that I can play Steph Curry 25 minutes, 28 minutes, 29 minutes, and that's fine. That's cool. We can continue to do that type of thing. Next thing you know, they get into a slump. Next thing you know, they're not playing the same type of way. Next thing you know, they're not playing. Their defense is just getting collapsed left, right, and center. And then all of a sudden, you have the three guards out there. Why do you have the three guards out there? Is it for shooting? Is it for playmaking? Why do you have them out there? Why exactly?
I don't feel I don't
You know,
feel so
like I've been trying to like process this because like there was one point in the second quarter tonight where it's like
Yeah.
they forced so many turnovers from the Cavs. Like they had 11 turnovers or some shit like that at one point. But the most telling stat of all was that they scored no points off turnovers. They couldn't capitalize. They couldn't punish the Cavs at all from their miscues. That's how I know. Yeah,
Bro,
this game was probably done.
we I'm ready for Steve to go. Um
me too.
I'm ready
It's
for
time.
Steve to go.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
been
be dead honest, man. Like
I
it's
swear, every
like
single game you have watched this season, I swear to God, even in the wins that they've gotten, every single game you have watched since that, you said the Spurs Nets game, every single game at that point, there was a score
Rose,
route for like 4 or 5 minutes.
he
Every
he
single
is
game.
he is going out of his way, right? And this whole season, you get the feeling like he's going out of his way not to play Kaminga, right? Not to play this guy, and it's like
He's coaching like a politician out there.
it's wild. So it's like you see the shit when Ty Jerome and Anthony Lamb was out there, and then you have these guys out there, and then year four now we're like, oh shit, this guy he and then you would hear the stuff like you would hear the excuses about this guy that guy, right? And he's not doing this and he's not doing that and he's not doing this, and then all of a sudden you don't see those guys play in the playoffs. Like bro, I'm like looking at him on my TV right now, I'm just fucking disgusted. I've never seen a man that I bro he pisses me off, man. He really irritates me because the shit that he does no other coach does, man. He's not a visionary, bro. He's a galaxy brainer. He's an absolute galaxy brainer. It does not work what he does. I'm telling you.
Doesn't.
But what's going to happen is that people are going to hear this and they're going to say, "Oh, he it's the talent, this that and the other." Bro, the shit was working. Why does it not work now? Now we've experimented everything away. Now, what are we going to do now?
Well, there's one of two ways that this can
Bro,
go.
like, did you
There's
see
only
the
two.
energy that we started out this game with and we were executing and all of that? And then all of a sudden, what happened? It happens, bro. I want to throw
July.
my fucking remote at the TV, bro. Like, it fucking pisses me. Get the fuck off my TV. Turn that shit off, bro.
From what I see, like there's literally only one of two ways this can go.
Oh
Either
my
one,
God.
they lose to the point where essentially, okay, they don't have a choice. They're either going to make some kind of move, whether that's significant or not. That depends on what your perspective is. They're gonna do that,
Rose,
or they're just
go
gonna
get
salvage what
Vucevic, man. Go get Vucevic.
they're
Please
just.
go get Vucevic. Please go get Vucevic because I'm going to show y'all what's going to happen even if they get Vucevic.
Oh, trust me. Even if they get Vucevic, that only solves like a tiny bit of the problem. That doesn't solve everything. Not a there's no silver bullet solution to this, and that's what Warriors fans are like bitching and moaning about on the TL, which I just find hilarious.
Yeah, so you think a guy uh like that is just gonna come in and just save everything? No, he's not, bro. Like, no, bro, like, bro, he ain't saving anything. Like, so
He only solves one
it's
part of
like
the
the dentist
problem
thing, right? Like, it's like the dentist thing, bro. The Dennis would work if he went to another team and they were running high ball screens and doing this and doing that, bro. Dennis don't get half of these actions that we run. We play we play ping ball basketball, bro. Like the ball zips around and the ball moves, and they like Dennis don't play that way, bro. Like I was watching him, and he's playing like the rest of the. If you put Dennis on the Cavs tonight and say, "Yo, Dennis, go out there," Dennis would absolutely fry us tonight. So this is not like me saying like, "Oh, Dennis is trash." No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Dennis, when you put him in this offense, all of a sudden, what has to happen? Now Dennis needs the ball. Now Draymond needs the ball. And all of a sudden, you wonder why Steph is in a quarter and he's only taken 2 quarters, matter of fact, and he's only taken 5 shots. He took 5 shots. And why do you think that happened?
because none of the other guys provide anything else other than just pass the ball. I got the ball. Okay, I gotta pass it to you because I can't
Right?
shoot. I
So
gotta pass it to
so
you because I can't
so
shoot, etc., etc.
so do you see what the problem is? It's like he's out there and now he's doing cardio. And you know the concerning thing that I saw tonight? Here's a concerning part. None of that was even like anything where the gravity was even working tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? That ball wasn't moving around. Like that ball wasn't zinging around. Dennis was just dribbling the ball because you know what? That's what Dennis does. He just dribbles the ball, right? And then that ball ain't zipping around. There was no rotating or no defense happening tonight. Go back and watch. Matter of fact, we're gonna go back tomorrow morning and watch. No ball was rotating. None of that shit's happening. Do you know why? Because Dennis ain't never played that way before. That's why. I was watching it tonight. And I was like, oh, that's cute. So he's just gonna dribble around, dribble around, dribble around, dribble around. You you know what we should do? We should just trade Dennis and something else, right? Trade Dennis and whatever, go get Vucevic. Because I don't need no more small guards on the team like that. I really don't. You see this shit where people are like, go get a ball handler, go get a ball handler. Like anytime you get a ball handler, somebody pounds the fuck out of the basketball. Guess what happens? Then Steph Curry isn't the ball ain't in his hands now. That's the problem. That's the problem with this whole rubric that people want to ignore. He doesn't have the ball in his hands now. He has the ball less. That's not great. That's less that he has the ball in his hands now. Now all of a sudden, you wake up, you turn the TV on, and he's middle of the fucking second quarter, and he has 5 shots, and that ball is not zipping around. 2 people are not jumping at him all of a sudden, and then dudes are missing layups left and right. Bro, they were missing layups tonight.
Well, I was about to say, like, even if he gets two people like next to him with the gravity shit, like people aren't converting. That's the problem.
It's
Like,
gross, man. It's fucking
why aren't you
gross, man.
converting off of this? This used to be a fucking cheat code. This is how we
Gross,
usually
man.
blow the fuck out of teams.
Just gross. It's gross, and I don't know why people want to ignore that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? But when Sonny was up here and Sonny was like, Dennis, we don't have somebody that can dribble, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, we don't?
But I
This
mean,
is
they really don't. Besides, like two guys, if you think about it.
you see the extra ball handler stuff, like them extra like you know how long it took Wiggins, Jordan, like and all of these guys to actually get that offense that Steve wants them to run. Bro, it took them like a year or two. Wiggins didn't get the offense until the maybe the third year that he was here. Jordan struggled. You know what I'm saying? And then They had to be taught like the randomness of the offense. It's not like, and see, a part of the problem is this, and people are just not going to get this concept, right? It's not necessarily a talent. Well, a part of it is talent, right? But the other part of it is that if they're not running that offense, and or if they try to run that offense, and everyone isn't in sync, guess what? They're going to look like the worst team in basketball, and they're going to look like the least talented people to ever touch a basketball. I've watched it before. You know what I'm saying? But what's going to happen is this: we're going to lose some more games, right? We're going to probably get down to around, I'm going to say, 3 games, 4 games below 500, right? And then now we're going to start to crawl out of it, right? We're probably going to get to 7, 8 games above 500. We're going to crawl back out of it. And then it won't make a fuck of a difference. That's what's
because
going to happen,
we'll probably just end up being the play-in.
right? Because no, we might not even be a playing team this year, because I literally watched Steve Kerr just try to I I don't know what kind of coaching that was, right? But when you're going to just, bro, Lindy Waters, right? I don't have a problem with Lindy. It's whatever. He's a fine player, I'm sure, right? But when you're going to have him out there playing more minutes than JK, starting more games than JK, that's a problem. Lindy Waters is not that great. Don't try to fucking fool me into saying like Lindy Waters is some NBA starter, bro. He's a fine little player. You know what I'm saying? But that's ridiculous. Like that, and like when you're gonna sit there and play Anthony Lamb and do this and do all like the fucking Hoosier shit, and then all of a sudden Anthony Lamb doesn't even touch the court after a certain point. Well, why even bother playing him then? It's some of the grossest mismanagement that I've ever seen, man. Like, and it's been happening for the last couple of years. And if you want to know why this shit deteriorated, it's two people. It's really Draymond, and it's really Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit was working to start the year, and then I heard Draymond say in 3 different places. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting his message across now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know he's NorCal LeBron apparently, right? So he uses the media, NorCal LeBron, right? He uses the media, uses the podcast, uses the podium, and he's telling you, you know, I'm really not that. I'm just over here in the corner, you know, and I kind of need the ball in my hand. Next thing you know, he comes back and he's turning the ball over left and right. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna win no games with Draymond and Steph playing like that. You know what I'm saying? What kind of game do we think we're going to win if they're both playing like that? They don't stand a chance, bro. They stand zero, 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 zero chance.
Listen, gang. I said this once before, and I said this again, bro. You feel me? Like it's a whole bunch of college basketball coming on tomorrow, bro. I'm telling you, VJ Edgecombe, Kaman Maluwatch, Cooper Flag,
How
Dylan
the fuck did we
Harper.
start off the season? How the fuck did we start off the season? How the fuck did we start off the season 12-3? And then this man is like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna just try some shit.
Started
Do,
12-3, and now
hey,
you're like four
hey,
and 14.
do you see JJ Redick down there just trying shit? Nah, bro. He knows. He knows that if he's out there just trying shit, these Laker fans are gonna be on his ass, bro. He knows that. This motherfucker is at the car wash and he's breaking down film. Do you know why he's doing that? Because he got to be on his fucking P's and Q's, bro. He's out there running a 9, 8 man rotation. Why is he doing that? Because he wants to fucking win, bro. Like right now, he knows that team ain't that great. And he's playing with desperation. Does Steve look like he's coaching with any type of desperation whatsoever? Any type of urgency? The man took Steph at minute 7, took him out at minute 7. Minute 7. And then he brought him back with 38 seconds left to go. Do you understand how gross that is?
The craziest part is I literally saw all the guys like Steph, Draymond, and them. I literally saw them like standing there at the freaking at the scores table, like
Okay,
all this
so I
time,
need to go.
and they just didn't
At
come
some point,
in.
So,
at
bro,
some
I need
point,
to
we're gonna blame
understand,
Steph
right?
too.
So listen. I'm not saying that's why we lost the game or anything like that, but what I am illustrating to you is that I'm illustrating what has been emblematic of why we've been losing these games, right? Like, who knows? We could have went into halftime with the score and they probably still would have came out in the third and shot our faces off. Completely plausible that would have happened, right? Completely plausible. But understand what he did, okay? How can Steph be successful? How can he get into a rhythm if he's going to run if he's going to run offense for the others to start these games, and then Steve is going to bring him in, bring him out, take him out at minute 7 and then bring him with 38 seconds left to go. When the hell is he expected to catch a rhythm? When the hell is he expected to catch a rhythm? When the hell is he expected to be given the ball so he can now be aggressive and run the offense and do the thing that he does? When is he supposed to do that? Tell me, when is he supposed to do that if you're going to be doing these stupid ass sub patterns? That is the nastiest thing that he just did. So if he's running offense for others, right? And getting others involved and doing the gravity shit, right? And you take him out, when is he supposed to do anything? You know what, bro? If he's just hurt, I can manage losing these games. I can manage it. But this half measure shit that they've done where he's playing and he's not playing and all of that, like what's the point then? If you're going to tell me that there's no way that he can play this allotment of minutes, right? And he can't do this and he can't do that. Well, we're just going to lose then. What's the point of these guys making 60 fucking $1 million a year if they can't play above 30 minutes? What's the point of it then? We're not we're not a serious team. How the fuck are we serious?
I don't feel sorry for Steph at all. Like, you're a superstar. You're going out at 7 at the 7 minute mark, and why are you allowing yourself to come back at 38 seconds left in the second quarter? Like, you're a superstar. You have to speak up
Bro,
at some
you
point.
know how gross that is? 38 seconds left. 38
Like,
seconds in the quarter. Why even you're insulting me. You're insulting me by even coming back into the game at 38 seconds.
you
What,
don't
so he
even
can get a
respect.
bucket?
You
So
don't
he
even
can get
respect.
a 2 point, a 3 point bucket? We were down 6 or 8 at that point. That's
Steph Curry does
insulting.
not even respect himself at all. He
Meanwhile,
doesn't
Buddy is
praise
out there, and Buddy cannot make a shot to save his life, right? So now he's just trying to make every open shot, right? And he's just all in his head, bro. You can see it. He is done. Like he's done, checked out mentally. It's in his head now. He's not gonna hit a shot from here on out. He's fried mentally now. Because you know what? Like Steve doesn't have guys in a normal rotation. Nobody is in a normal rotation. Half of these guys are probably creatures of habit and all of this shit. And 1 minute you're gonna play, the next minute you're gonna play. You don't know. Like, so what was the point of doing all of this? What the hell did he think was gonna happen? I don't know, man. I don't know, but if y'all think that this is brilliant and y'all think that this is smart, you can go ahead and believe that. But that shit right there, that is gross. That is stupid. That's dumb. This is really, really silly. This is really silly behavior. This is really silly. Like, I
crazy.
know he's a four-time coach. I'm just a fan. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know that if dude comes out at minute 7, why the hell are you bringing him back? Bro, he played 13 minutes. 13 minutes in that first half. 12 plus 12 is what?
Yes, 24.
So you're telling me that he played 54% of the potential minutes in the first half? How does that help anyone? He played 54% of the potential minutes in the half? Why? So you're telling me he essentially sat out an entire quarter then?
Basically,
He essentially sat out an entire quarter. For what? Why?
to experiment the 3J lineup. Experimenting three guards lineup of the mastermind Steve Kerr.
Bro, this shit's a joke, man. This is a joke. Man, go get Vucevic, bro. Please. Go get Vucevic. Go,
Yeah,
go get Vucevic and go fire Steve Kerr. Because that's the only way Vucevic is going to work. Go
exactly.
fire Steve. Fire him now. I want him up out of here.
Like,
Stop galaxy braiding this shit, bro. It's time to go.
yeah,
Mike
it's
Brown just signed a new deal, right? He just signed a new deal, and and they fired him right after. So here's what we do: go fire Steve as well. It's okay, man.
yeah.
It's okay because he doesn't have a clue on what he's doing.
He,
He
he
he, he
lost
has no clue,
he lost 13 out of 17 games. He doesn't
bro.
deserve to be a
Did Steph
coach.
just literally play 13 minutes out of 24? Do I have that right? Or do I not know how this works? So you played 12 minutes in the first quarter and you played 12 minutes in the second quarter. Does that still apply? Is that how that works? Correct me if I'm wrong here. So you're telling me he played 54% of that first half and you sat him on from minute 7 down to so you're telling me 3 minutes to close out that game in that first half wouldn't have made a difference? Having him on the court for 3 or 4, 5 more possessions, that wouldn't have made a difference? You're telling me a man who rotates the defense on every play wouldn't have made a difference if he's out there for 5 possessions?
Hmm, insane.
We don't have a chance if Steve is doing this. He is doubling down on nonsense. He's absolutely doubling down. This this right here is gross, and I've been watching him do it for years, right? Like, ask yourself something. Why have we been complaining about Steve Kerr even when we were winning? Why?
He's not a good coach.
We were winning and we were complaining about Steve, and people thought like we were maniacs because they're not actually watching. Like, you see us fans that are in here, there's like, I don't know, 450 people in here right now, and a lot of us are people who watch this shit inside out, right? And some of the shit that you watch him, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What he just minute 7 down to 38 seconds. Why are you insulting me at this point? Did he just happen to say lose track of time? Is that what just happened? Because if he just lost track of time, you all know what should happen? He should be fired. Did he fall asleep during the game or what?
He became Sleepy Joe in the middle of the game.
Okay. If that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. That's is that what we're actually doing here? He doesn't deserve, man. He does. He doesn't deserve. He doesn't deserve. He does not deserve. He needs to be gone, man. I'm telling you, he needs to be gone. Y'all, y'all sit in here and kill Jim Park and call Jim Park this crazy person and all of this. And Jim has been telling y'all, right, for years, get this man up out of here. He needs to go, bro. I'm telling you, he needs to go because what he just did, 13 of 17. What? You are what you said. What? Steve, you are what your record says you are. I think there's a lot of truth to that. He should be kicked in the mouth, not punched, kicked.
The funniest part is you never heard that same energy when they were 12-3. He never said that. He never said, "Oh, yeah, you're what you said you are when you're 12-3." But now, because of this shit for brain that essentially is happening, like now all of a sudden this energy comes out. Where's the consistency? I may ask. I don't get it.
It's not.
Austin Reeves has the ball in his hands and he's running offense and he's doing this and he's doing that, right? Um, and we got Dennis over here trying to do the same shit, but so you see how the timing is off here? I don't want no dude in here, bro. I'm telling you, like, if they don't go through training camp and they're that type of player, bro, it's gonna fuck it up, man. What the hell do you think Brad Wanamaker was doing? You think Brad Wanamaker was doing anything different than Dennis Schroeder is doing? That ball pounding shit don't work here, man. Not in that offense. Go back and watch Brad Wanamaker and look at the shit that he was doing. But Steve swore to God that that man was the next coming of Christ. He moves the ball. He moves the ball. He moves the ball.
Moves the ball for
Moves the
what?
ball. Yeah. Moves the ball.
Move the ball. Move the ball. Move the ball. Move
Moves
the
the
ball.
ball, man. Moves the ball. He's solid. Fucking hell, bro.
Moves the ball, and then what? Like, are we just dummies in basketball? Like, you don't win the game by just
The
moving the ball. The
the
ball eventually has to go through the net, I'm assuming, right?
the funny part is that we shouldn't have even won that Suns game. And then this game, I saw the energy that they came out with. And I literally watched Steve just kill it, bro. Like he absolutely annihilated it. Right? So Moody, 16 minutes, Buddy Hield, 19, Lindy Waters, 10. Looney hasn't touched the court. Kyle Anderson hasn't touched the court. Quentin Post, he hit the court tonight.
Think about it. Quentin Post hit the court before Kyle Anderson
Kyle
did.
didn't
Just think
play.
about it.
Looney didn't play.
Think about that for a second. Just
Pat
think about that.
Spencer, he played.
Pat Spencer, Quentin Post all came in the game before
Santos,
Kevon Looney and Kyle Anderson. Just think about that for a second. Just think about it.
good stuff, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Nice, Steve. That's great, man. That's great stuff. Trace had 16 and 16 tonight. Killed a good Trace game. Trace was actually Trace probably should have finished more layups too. Draymond Green,
He was 6 of 14.
1 at
That
10
was
tonight from Draymond. Lovely. I love what you're doing out there, big dog. Go report. I can't wait to listen to a podcast tomorrow. You know that I don't listen to Draymond Green's podcast. For what? Why am I listening to Draymond, bro? Waste of fucking time, man. Waste of time. What's going on, bro? Anti Steve Kerr. What's going on? Hello? You request to speak and then you don't show up. All right, man.
I don't see him up here.
I mean, it's time for Steph to speak up. It's
Bro,
time.
this is 2024. He should have spoke up like 3 years ago, man. Like it's too
Yeah,
late now. It's
yeah.
literally too late now.
Better late than never. Like he needs to speak up. This is
Mm.
crazy.
Speak up
Superstar.
about what? Speak up
What
about
is he
what
gonna?
though? What is he going to
But,
speak up
but,
about?
but that's another thing. Like, what is he gonna speak up about?
He's being
Ugh.
disrespected. He's being disrespected. There is no way
Disrespected how? Like,
How is he being
there,
disrespected?
there is no way a superstar is coming in the game 38 second left in the second quarter.
yeah.
There is no way. You're being
But you're talking
disrespected.
about like a one games thing. This has been happening like
No, but
constant
no,
throughout this
I
entire
know,
season.
and he doesn't speak up because he's kind. He's a good person. He want to be coached, but it's time to be LeBron James. You have to speak up. If it's gonna cost the coach his job, then so be it. But at the end of the day, we need you. We need you to play more minutes. We need you to be assertive. Play your type of basketball because those rotations are stupid. And
CJ, what's going on, man?
Yo, what up? I don't really have much time. Don't want to get myself into trouble or nothing, but I felt compelled to, come through and, just add something. I didn't hear too much, but yeah, man, I don't know. I think that you could still try to like sneak into the playoffs, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like this is a very big talent issue. Like there's a lot of dudes that just kind of suck on this team.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
no,
mean?
the talent issue is very glaring. I don't think
Yeah, I'm trying to be
anybody is.
nice.
I don't think anybody on the TL is like, and in here is like that oblivious. Like I'm sure they know that talent wise they have a talent deficit, especially against top teams. But like
Yeah.
talent issue in itself, but you can get into another thing, and that's another issue for itself. That's why
Wow.
you and I were saying like, oh, there's no silver bullet solution. That's what like the Warriors need
Bro.
to
Yeah.
pitch it.
Yo.
That's why
Yo,
people are
Vooch ain't
pitching it
saving
right
this.
now. Like
Yo.
there's nothing,
You feel
no
CJ.
me? What's
magic
up?
move is gonna
CJ.
save it.
CJ. If we're out there playing all these guards, right? We got Buddy, Lindy Waters, and like so let me ask you this, right? Where was Lindy Waters on your depth chart to start the year?
Um,
Where would you
in
have
and
him
out the
ranked?
G League, clapping from the bench. He's like the 15th guy.
All right, so he's the 15th guy, right? So
Yeah.
how did the 15th guy then get propelled into the starting lineup?
I think Kerr looked up and down this roster and knew that it was ass, and he's trying to find something. If I'm being honest.
But he's finding something that doesn't exist, so it's
Yeah, yeah, I
probably
know, but but you can't
invalid.
make a trade. The season started.
So
True, but you gotta play your best guys at the end of the day.
but I want people to understand something, right? You can go trade
I
Vucevic.
gotta go.
Sure, man. You can you can trade Vucevic, you can trade this guy, you can go get that guy, right? But that shit ain't gonna make a fuck of a difference. It ain't making no difference. This is what I want. Get Draymond Green out of here. Go get Vucevic. Let's really shake it up.
that's
Get
a good.
Draymond Green out. Get
That's a
Vucevic in
good.
here.
It's a good idea.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if I want to get rid of Draymond low key. He be doing fraud shit, but he not really OD day room. We really need to get rid of everybody else that's not named Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Andrew Wiggins is like a maybe. Everybody else needs to
Hold
go,
on, hold on,
including
hold
Steve
on.
Kerr.
So you're saying that Draymond Green stays?
Yeah, no key.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie.
But why though?
Just because, just because, right? The numbers with him and Steph on the court look really good, and he's a really versatile defender. And considering the fact that we can't get a stop on anybody, especially bigs, and we're gonna pick up a nigga like Vucevic who also can't get a stop, we need a nigga like Draymond because we're probably not gonna find another good defender like that
Yeah.
again in this market.
Uh,
Like, let's be honest, Oracle. Like, despite all the bullshit that he's been doing, he can still defend.
We're still probably gonna need
He
that
can
I
lane
still
guess.
ass nigga,
defend.
bro.
I
He be on
guess.
fry shit,
And
but like
you have to admit they don't have anybody even close to a
to really
Draymond level
get a
defender
stop.
right now.
Like
They
you,
don't.
we just watched KD. I mean, we just watched Draymond foul the shit out of KD for game, and they let him get away with it. Nobody else is doing that.
So the offense with Steph and Draymond this year is a 121. Okay?
All right.
It's a 121 offense this year. The defense, so that nets out to like a +7, like almost a +8. The defense is actually a 113. Uh when Draymond and Steph is off, it's like a 105, sorry, 100 offense, but the defense is like a 105. So there's a
That's
problem,
another problem.
right? So
That's another problem.
that's a huge problem. So what is that? Like, but
Because you ain't winning anything if you have a shit offense now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even as good as your defense is, I've been saying this time and time again. As good as your defense is, eventually you gotta score and capitalize on your defensive possession.
This is true,
And they
but we
couldn't
cannot.
do that tonight, especially. They got
But
so many defensive stops and they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't score for any of them. They couldn't punish the Cavs tonight. They kept
Mm-hmm.
turning them
the
over
one
time
good
and
thing
time
about
again.
this year that we didn't have last year is defensive intensity, which it gives me just a sliver of hope for this team because teams that play defense, as long as they can find a way to get a bucket, they usually go somewhere. Like if you look at all the top championship teams in the past couple years, they can usually get a stop. Like the Celtics, the Nuggets, the Bucks, they can usually get a stop. So if you can get a consistent stop, we're not that far off. We just need to find a way to get a bucket. Vooch will not save us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We need Giannis or some shit. It's over. There's no saving this team. We need to send everybody away, man.
Which is what I was alluding to, Urkel. I told you earlier in the spaces that this can either go one of two ways. One is that they can make a move like a Vucevic type of move, like sure, whatever, but like we all discussed, that's not going to save them. That only might improve in some areas, but not everything. Like I said, or number two, they just salary dump people and they just get rid of that fucking shit because they realize the team is ass. So what is the point of you playing a luxury tax if your team is ass? So they're just gonna dump salary.
So Warrior, quote unquote, bigs in the paint tonight. She just posted this. And he said that the bigs are 11 of 33 in the paint. Trace was 6 of 14. Draymond was 1 of 4. And JK was 4 of 12 tonight. So nobody could.
Now,
That's
now, 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 now
But
tonight against who you're playing, okay,
you know the
I
no no
somewhat
no no
get,
no no no.
I
It's no
somewhat
no
get.
no 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 no. It's not just who we're playing. That's been happening all year long. So if we can't make shots and we can't make open shots and we can't make threes and we can't make layups around the rim, bro. Like I thought I was watching a WNBA game tonight. It was unreal,
So I gotta look this stat up. Like
bro.
they
It,
have
we can't do anything
the
bro,
worst finishing team in the NBA.
bro.
They have to be.
I
There's
was,
no way.
bro. I was watching a lot of WNBA this summer, right?
we're not that
And
far off.
and bro, that it was that level of finishing around the rim, man. It was unbelievable. And these dudes are like they're way better athletes. It's wild,
Can't get a stop. Can't finish.
How
Can't do
many
shit.
times have we seen a wide open layup just go off the rim?
bro. Like
Especially in transition.
yo,
That is the worst thing you could
I
possibly do.
watched
If you
I
miss
watched so
something in
many Fever
transition.
games. I watched so many Fever games, and the Fever finished better than these dudes, bro. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how bad they are finishing at the rim. And some of them they're wide open, right? So you know when Buddy miss like Buddy is a type of player, right? Where if something bad happens in the game, he's done. He's fried. It's over
Yeah.
with. You know what I'm saying? And once he missed them layups, it was over with. He was
Yeah.
mentally checked out of the game,
You couldn't even say, "Oh, like Jared Allen or Evan Mobley was in front of him." Like, no, they actually beat them off the dribble,
bro.
or they weren't even in the play to begin with. But they couldn't. They still couldn't hit it.
To be honest, I don't even really blame Buddy like that because I knew he would suck. But like, it's just like, Steve Kerr got him playing main option hoops, bro. Like, why are we running plays for Buddy Hield? He supposed to be the nigga that the play break and we pass it to. What the fuck, bro? It hurts my heart, bro, because I don't even understand, game. Like, bro, Steve Kerr is the biggest terrorist on the planet, no doubt. He's like a Saddam Hussein level terrorist. We need to like stone Steve Kerr. There's no reason why that
Man, I'm
nigga still got
telling
no
you,
job.
this man. So so in one sense, we were. I want to know, right? Like why Steve Kerr thought he could have played how many people? Why did he
I don't
think it was
even
a good
know, gang.
idea to play 13 people, 12 people?
I knew shit was real when he was running DiVincenzo at the force and shit like that. That's when I knew shit was
Yeah.
serious.
No, but I'm asking though, like real talk, like why was it a good idea to start the season off like that?
It
And
was
now,
never really a good idea. Like
so
it
why is
started
he
off
running a
all
nine
right.
man rotation now?
It started off all right, but it was obvious that we would have to make some cuts. Obviously, he's retarded though. We can't expect Steve
Yeah.
Kerr to use his full brain.
But you
So what do we
realize,
expect?
yeah, he's playing a 9-man rotation, like you said. But are they even the right 9 guys in totality?
Bro, Lindy Waters heavy minutes. How many points does Moses Moody score in like the last
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter? You sign Moses Moody and you don't play him, and he's effective. Mind you, in the 2023 playoffs, Moses Moody didn't play pretty much the whole season. Then you put him on LeBron James in the playoffs. What the fuck?
No, but I'm gonna ask this question. Like, so again, I don't get this Lindy Waters thing, right? Like, and it's again, I'm not here to kill Lindy Waters, but how does he get from, he had to be what, like the 12th man on the depth chart, and then all of a sudden he's starting.
Steve Kerr is always trying to find like a diamond in the rough or some shit. He thinks he's a genius. He's retarded. It's really that simple. It ain't rocket science, bro. The nigga think he about to find some super smooth shit off the bench, like some G League nigga that about to come off the
Yeah.
bench, average 15. He's not that nigga, blood. It's over. It's not that hard.
Good lord. It's all good,
It's
man.
really that simple. He think he got that. He don't got that, nigga. He not that nigga. Lindy Waters shouldn't be playing 20 something minutes. He was starting every game. Like the first start, I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna let him rock a couple games, you know what I'm saying? But after
Yeah.
a couple, bro, you start wilding, son. Like, come on, bro.
How many games was that stretch?
I don't even know, bro, but like any other coach gets fired. There's no reason why like this nigga still has a job.
That's what Steph wants.
Remember when I asked the question, and it's like, can you guys name me one other coach in the NBA right now, regardless of the Warriors? Can you name me one head coach that would do the exact shit that Steve has been doing since Urkel said the Spurs game and get away with it scot
Yeah.
free?
Nah. Literally no other coach in the NBA is like,
And that's like the biggest thing. That's like the loudest non-answer I've ever heard.
yeah,
Wait,
Mhm.
what happened? I missed.
Oh, you didn't
What
really
did
listen
he
to me.
do? What did he do?
he
Urkel,
sucked.
do you want to answer this? do
It's pretty simple.
you want to answer this, or do you want me to answer
Go
this?
ahead, man.
No, I'm just trying to catch up because I wasn't here.
Well,
What
what did
what
you
did
want to hear?
Steve
Like,
Kerr do? Let's think about it.
No, but again, like CJ, like you probably have probably some of the best understanding that I talk to you every day. So you probably have some of the best understanding of how this team operates from a schematic standpoint. And kind of what's
Yeah.
happening right now is that, we have just experimented so much that I feel like guys are just confused in terms of what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because all right, We're not
Yeah.
making buckets. We're not right, but you see that cohesion that was there to start the season? That's gone.
I don't even know if that was cohesion.
What do you think that was?
Honestly,
Okay, then
I
what?
think
honestly,
if
I
I'm
think.
being
What?
honest with
Go
y'all,
ahead.
Yeah.
oh
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. My fault.
yeah, if I'm being honest with y'all, and don't take this like the wrong way,
Yeah.
I think that we were coming at teams with a playoff intensity.
Uh-huh.
You know, like our defense was leading to offense, which is really good.
Yeah.
Like that was it. That was the biggest difference is our defense. We were getting stops and actually converting on the stops.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive style before was like blitzes, high energy, really stuff that you run with like a young team.
Mm-hmm.
But it was killing Steph, Draymond's legs, Wiggins' legs because Wiggins has to guard the best player and be like the second guy. It was starting to kill the legs. You could see it, and the injuries started to like pile up and whatnot. So they had to like kind of like go away from that. But I think that we're coming at teams with like a playoff intensity, so to speak, when they were kind of like in regular season mode, like la da 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 da, yeah, regular
Mm-hmm.
season just started, excited to get back to hoops, and we're coming in, ball, 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 stop, 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 switch, 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 like just like going crazy on
Mm-hmm.
them, like coming at them, like,
Them young niggas was trying to get a
and
contract.
I think that caught teams off guard, and we kind of like had lightning in a bottle in a way. Not
Yeah.
not to say that we like overachieved, but I think that made it a lot easier for guys to kind of like get their offense off. So then when we started getting into a flow, we started, you know, running our split actions and these stats offensive sets. It was like it looked way better than if we were to try to do it now because like we were getting such easy offense off of the stops that like we had like momentum to build on.
Mm-hmm.
So now like every game is like a uphill battle where we find ourselves constantly trying to like dig our way back in, and then